Ladies and gentlemen, we're the AFC where we advocate for children first. And guys, I'm very honest. There's a beautiful baby girl right here, and she was caught up in a situation that was not under her control at all. I kind of feel like there were some elements that played against her, as well as her father, who was also a part of this tragedy. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to say some things that might not sit well with the family and friends' sensibilities. Okay? Now, this beautiful little girl that you guys see on my screen, her name is Trinity Randolph, and she is going to be the focus of my story. If you guys hear anything that I say in the story, please remember that baby that you guys see on my screen, who was only 3 years old, she is my focus in this story. If anybody else gets mad about what I say about this, then I don't know what to tell you. But that's where our focus is, on that baby right there. And this baby lost her life in one of the most horrendous ways possible. And I believe in one of the most embarrassing ways possible. You guys know what that is? This baby lost her life at the hands of someone who shares her own skin color. And I know that might seem like a controversial thing for you guys to hear. I don't think it's very controversial. I think it's the truth. And I think it sucks the fact that we say that we should praise black women, we should praise our queens, we should protect our queens. But what's so funny about that is it seems like we tend to forget about the children. In my personal, humble opinion, I personally believe that our society forgets about our children. So if we are to care so much about adults and what's going on with adults, then why can't we at least cherish the little lives that cannot speak for themselves, nor can they defend themselves against the tyranny of the things that they are going through? Okay? Now, that 3-year-old girl and her father have died after they were tragically gunned down while playing inside that baby girl's frozen dollhouse in a Kentucky home last week. That baby was doing what most babies do, playing, having fun, and in this case, this baby was with her own dad. Okay? That on the surface is extremely sad, and it is sad. That's a beautiful baby girl, and I believe that that baby deserved every opportunity to grow up and become something great. Okay? But with that being said, I'm going to say some things that might shock some people. Now, her biological father, his name is Brandon Waddles. Let me see if I can get his picture up here. That is the biological father, Brandon Waddles, who was a young father, 21 years old. And he was pronounced dead at the scene shortly after police arrived at the 3700 block of Collert Avenue in Louisville just after 1 p.m. on Friday. Waddles' daughter, Trinity Randolph, was taken by officers to Corsair Children's Hospital, but the baby died of her injuries. Again, that's her biological father right there. That's Brandon Waddles. Okay? Now, both victims suffered multiple gunshot wounds. I'm going to repeat that. Both victims suffered multiple gunshot wounds in a suspected drive-by shooting, according to Louisville police. Hashtag not my words. For people who say I always get my information wrong, I'm getting this directly from the police and their reports. If you don't like what I got to say about this as far as the information, get mad at the police, get mad at the courts, not at me. Now, a little bit of an update is there was one person who was charged with this heinous drive-by. One man has been charged with facilitating the murder of the Louisville father and his 3-year-old daughter. According to the arrest citation, let me see if I can get his picture up on the screen. His name is 28-year-old Evan Ross. Let me see if I can show you guys a good big picture of this freaking idiot. Let me see if I can find his picture real quick. Yep. This guy right here. Ooh. That guy. That is 28-year-old Evan Ross. That's Evan Ross. There's so much I want to say, but you know what? Y'all tend to get mad when I make my jokes, so I'm not going to even make no jokes tonight, okay? I'm not going to joke about how funny this dude looks and how sunken in his face looks and how weird he looks. I'm not going to do all of that. I'm not going to make any jokes about how funny looking he is, okay? So we're just going to skip that. But that is the man, according to this arrest citation, that was in a car seen on surveillance footage near the site of the shooting. Officers said that Evan Ross later admitted, according to the police, his involvement in a double murder homicide during an interview with detectives on Wednesday. That guy. Nope, because y'all like to flag me for me making fun of people and how they look. So I'm just not going to do it. All right? Just not going to do it. But let's keep going. The shooting deaths of Waddle and little baby Trinity come as the 96th and 97th homicides in the city this year, with Trinity now the youngest of all victims. And that's a beautiful memorial, and they had like a little frozen tribute to her. Man, if that doesn't touch you on the inside of your heart right there, let me back that photo up. Let me let y'all look at that again. That picture right there really touched me, because it really put it into perspective how young this baby really was. Okay? Now, heartbroken family members of the slain father and daughter held an emotional press conference on Sunday close to the scene of the fatal shooting. Now, the young girl's grandfather, by the name of Tyron Howlett, said that baby Trinity wanted to be a princess when she grew up. She would often spend hours playing inside the Disney dollhouse where she was killed, emulating the roles of Frozen main characters Anna and Elsa. So if you guys got kids, if you guys got little girls, then maybe you guys are familiar with that, okay? Now, other family members recounted how baby Trinity was already a technology genius despite being too young to attend preschool. Her aunt said that she already knew how to record TikTok and YouTube videos, and even FaceTime other family members when she wasn't playing dress up. I think that's pretty innocent. I don't too much really see anything wrong with that. It's only, this baby was so young. I don't see anything wrong with that, okay? She was just 3 years old. Valerie Randolph, Trinity's great-grandmother said, great-grandmother said, according to the Courier-Journal, it takes a mean, cold, selfish-hearted person to take a little 3-year-old girl's life. Her other great-grandmother, Cheryl Howlett, great-grandmother, let me see. So mother, grandmother, great-grandmother. Okay, I guess that's not too bad. Her other great-grandmother, Cheryl Howlett, described the adorable girl as beautiful, intelligent, joyous, and very articulate, very outgoing. The bereaved great-grandmother said that she's demanding answers, adding that all she knows that it was a drive-by and the house was shot up. I want answers. I want to know. I just want to know why my baby is dead. I think that's the biological mother right there. Can we take a pause for the cause for a moment? Just Jay has something to say. If you guys are here to hear the the news story minus my commentary, then you're probably in the wrong place. I'm not a news station. I'm not a newscaster. I am here to give commentary on a story that you can go Google search and look up on your own if you don't want to hear what I got to say about this. That is your disclaimer. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Disclaimer. That is your disclaimer. How many of you guys believe that this drive-by was random, or how many of you guys believe that this was a targeted hit? This was an intentional drive-by that idiot, probably some other people included, but that guy intentionally wanted that father dead. And his daughter ended up being collateral damage. So those are your two choices. Do you guys think that it was A, an accident, that it was random, or B, do you think it was intentional, that it was a hit and they intended to kill the father? If you guys have watched me long enough, then most people should know one of the things that I talk about all the time is that these type of shootings and killings are not random. They're not going to just pick some random house and say, yeah, that house over there, let's go shoot that house up. You know what usually happens is the person who they're trying to kill and shoot are associated with the houses that are being shot up. Can we get a hashtag when you date thugs, you date death? Which is an AFC hashtag, by the way. And we also are going to have those t-shirts coming really, really soon. You guys can pick that up on Spreadshirt in the description box. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. That is an AFC hashtag, and I use it for a reason. Because to me, in my humble opinion, it seems like when you're around thugs and thug activities, thug is as thug does. What was my other hashtag? Stupid is as stupid thugs. That's my other hashtag. Stupid is as stupid thugs. Because thugs make horrible decisions. Hashtag not all, but the majority of them do. They make bad decisions that ended up costing everybody. Sometimes they come for your family members when they can't get you. They come for your mom. They come for your dad. They come for your cousins. They come from people. They come for people in your clique or whoever you hang out with. If they want you dead, they want you dead. This was intentional. So with this being intentional, what that also means is that the father was doing something that caused this. Uh-oh, am I going to get flaggy tonight? You guys got to let me know if I'm keeping it a little bit too real for you guys, okay? If I'm being too real, if you guys don't want me to keep it 100, if you want me to keep it like at 90 or 80 or maybe even 50%, then this might not be the stream for you, because here we're going to keep it real and I'm going to prove to you guys why I believe what I say. The father was the target and the father was doing activities that caused his baby to die. Blame the dad. I'm not saying he was doing illegal activities, but what I'm saying is that he was doing stuff that pissed these people off in a very, very derogatory way, okay? And I'll show you guys a little video snippet here in a little bit. So if y'all will click that thumbs up, share the stream, let other people know that we're live, I'd be more than happy to show you guys that video in which I believe is the one that might have caused this to happen. Okay? We got 291 people watching, but we only have 162 thumbs up. So what that means is that we need 300 people to just click the thumbs up, share the stream. That's it. All you got to do is click the thumbs up. Thank you to everybody who already did that, okay? Now, let's keep going. Detectives have reportedly spent hours knocking on doors, speaking with neighbors, and trying to piece together precisely what happened on Friday afternoon and why. Local Bishop Dennis V. Lyons said because of growing frustration from the community with LMPD over the death of Breonna Taylor and ongoing protests, people aren't as willing to come forward with information. I don't understand what Breonna Taylor and what happened to her has anything to do with getting justice for Trinity Randolph. Can somebody explain that to me? I'm going to read what this so-called bishop said. Bishop Dennis V. Lyons said that because of growing frustration from the community with the LMPD over the death of Breonna Taylor and ongoing protests, people aren't as willing to come forward with information. And again, Breonna Taylor was not 3 years old. She was not 5 years old. She was not even 10 years old. Breonna Taylor was not a baby. But guess who was a baby? Trinity Randolph was a baby. She was 3 years old. She could not defend herself. She could not speak for herself. She didn't get a chance to live any life at all. She didn't get a chance to go to school. She didn't get a chance to make friends. She didn't get a chance to understand any type of essence in life at all. So please, somebody explain to me what Breonna Taylor and whatever they're going through has to do with the fact that if somebody saw something that happened to that baby and chose not to say something because they was mad about something else. Or am I just stupid? I could just be stupid. If some of you people just think I'm stupid, I wouldn't be mad at you. Maybe I am stupid. I don't know. But I don't get the correlation to something over here happened, so we're just not going to care about what happened to this baby. Apparently, her life didn't matter. Apparently, this beautiful princess who would have grown up into becoming a black queen, apparently advocating for her, I guess, doesn't matter. Hashtag justice for Trinity, anybody? Huh? The community is not being as proactive as we used to be, so it seems like there's a free-for-all, he told the news. They heard at least 6 shots ring out, though he didn't see what direction they came from, according to Tony Hickman, who was one of the neighbors. Now, the father, that guy, Waddles, was known as a local musician by the name of, what is his name? The Real Little B, which is spelled D-A, duh, real, R-E-A-L, L-I-L, Lil B, the Real Lil B. Now, we'll come back to his rapper status here in a moment. Now, somebody that you guys might be familiar with, which is, let me see if I can get his picture back up here real quick. Where is old Master P at? I need Master P up on my screen just for a moment. This guy, you guys know who that is. That's Percy Miller, otherwise known as Master P, rap mogul, and basically the person who was responsible for a lot of what happened with No Limit Records and the stuff that they're doing now. That's Master P, who has served as a Louisville philanthropist for nearly 15 years, and he said over the weekend that he is going to cover the cost of baby Trinity's funeral. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this. For any celebrities that step out there and they want to advocate for these children by paying for the expenses and all of that, Master P, brother, I say kudos. Nothing wrong with that. That's an admirable thing, especially knowing that funerals can cost a lot of money, right? You know, just anything that you can contribute, whether it be just your voice, whether it be an interview, whether you're just sharing the information, it gets more of this baby's story out there so we can hashtag justice for Trinity and actually get justice for this baby. Celebrity can be a really, really good thing. Okay? But there's a small issue that I have. Let me see. Do I want to say it now or do I want to say it later? Yeah, let me say it later. Master P, we'll come back to that. Put a pin in it. We'll come back to it. Trinity's mother, by the name of Tynekia, Tynekia, Randolph, is asking for more help as she attempts to confront her unimaginable grief while raising her month-old son alone. So apparently she had Trinity, who was 3, and then she has a newborn kid, I guess. So 2 kids. I don't know if this dad was the father of both of them or not, but I digress. It's not even really important, but she has another baby that she's trying to take care of right now. So the family has set up a GoFundMe for the mother. While the cost of the daughter's funeral is covered, the grieving mother won't be able to return to work for a while. And this is the part where people are going to get mad at me. Because you know what? Just Jay got to keep it real. I'm going to read that again for the people in the back who might not have heard what I said. I'm going to read that again. Tanikia Randolph's family set up a GoFundMe for the mother. While the cost of the daughter's funeral is covered, the grieving mother won't be able to return to work for a while. As her family, we can do much, but there's no time frame on when she's going to be okay and able to fend for herself, Trinity's grandfather said. Something needs to be done, and the law needs to prevail, at least in this case, because this child is innocent. Let me pull up the GoFundMe, and I want you guys to take a guess as to how much money they asked for on the GoFundMe as opposed to how much that was actually raised. Then we'll come back to Master P. How about that? We'll do it like that. So the screen is going to lag just for a moment because I've got to pull this up in real time. So here we go. I'm going to show you guys this GoFundMe if you don't mind. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. Let's talk about this GoFundMe. And to the family, I mean no disrespect. I'm just being honest about what I think. That's it. Okay? Thank you, Dre the Dream. Somebody said hashtag babies for benefits. Seems like it fits in this case. But let me show you guys why I believe that. All right? Now, let me get my trusty whiteboard out. The family was originally asking for, as you guys can see here, a total of $5,000. Can you guys see that? But the kind people at GoFundMe, mainly white people, ended up donating a grand total so far of $16,739. That's more than 3 times what their goal was. Okay? Now, am I saying anything is wrong with that? No, not at all. But let me take a look at this. My beautiful niece, Trinity Nevaeh, which is heaven spelled backwards, was murdered at her grandmother's home, shot to death at only 3 years old. A fun-loving, energetic soul whose life was snatched along with her father's. This was very unexpected. Trinity leaves behind her mother, Tanikia Randolph, and her 1-month-old brother, Tristan Randolph. Any donations will be greatly appreciated for Tanikia to help care for herself and Tristan at her time of grieving. On behalf of the Randolph family, we would like to thank everyone for the support. This water is pretty good. Actually, that water is really good. This is alkaline water. That's what I'm drinking on right now. I have a question for you guys because some people are saying $16,000 is not a lot of money. Well, let me ask you guys. I mean, some of you guys might believe that's not a lot of money, but I personally believe that it's quite a bit of money when you don't have any, right? Or am I wrong? I'm going to say that again. I personally believe that $16,000 is quite a bit of money when you don't have any money. Okay? When you have not worked and when you have not saved any money, when you don't have a savings, when you don't have a check coming in, I say $16,000 is a ton of money. Okay? The reason I'm bringing this up is for this reason. Between a mother and a father, why didn't they have life insurance? Or are we going to continue to keep ignoring this like I haven't done 700 videos and keep telling everybody to go get life insurance? No one knows the day, no one knows the hour in which we will breathe our last breath. Therefore, since life is not guaranteed and is finite, then that means that everybody's going to die. You don't know when they're going to die, and everybody should have life insurance. I think that's pretty simple. I think that's a simple concept. Hashtag Gerber life insurance, anybody? It's affordable. Matter of fact, let me ask you guys this. I'm just asking, how many of you guys think, and I'm begging the mom, I'm actually asking the mom to do this. How many of you guys think that the mom is going to take any of this $16,739 that she did not work for and is going to take that and get life insurance on her baby by the name of 1-month-old Tristan Randolph? Do y'all think Tristan Randolph is going to have life insurance now? Huh? Do you guys think that she's going to put life insurance on her youngest baby? Because if you ask me, it only seems to be a responsible person would think, you know what? We're going to take this little bit of money that we've been given by the people and put a life insurance policy on our youngest kid. But you know what? I digress, because I guess you don't have to. But, you know, it's just kind of one of those things that I keep wondering. I don't really know where our heads are at. But here's another thing that I want to point out, because I'm going to read this previous sentence that I read earlier. Let me see if I can go back to it. Give me a moment. Let me try to find it. It said, the family has set up a GoFundMe for the mother, Tanikia. While the cost of her daughter's funeral is covered, the grieving mother won't be able to return to work for a while. I quote, while the cost of her daughter's funeral is covered. Has anybody caught what I'm saying yet? In some states, the state will actually cover for incidents like this when young people's lives are taken at the hands of these criminals. The state will usually take care of funeral expenses. So the reason I'm bringing that up is to say either they're referring to the state saying that they're going to take care of the funeral expenses, or they're saying that Master P is going to take care of the funeral expenses. And if Master P is taking care of the funeral expenses, then I guess that would actually make sense. But if he's not, then why would he say that he's going to take care of the expenses if the state is going to do it? I'm just asking. Why would someone volunteer to pay for a... Matter of fact, let me close this. I'm sorry for buffering. Sorry about that. Okay. Got to close that internet. Are we good now? Are we good now? We should be good. Let me pause this real quick. Let me make sure we're good. We could be buffering. Let me give a shout out real quick to LaQuisha Esther. If you are listening, I want to say thank you. I did get your PayPal. So if you're listening, thank you very much. I got yours. And let me also thank Miss Nisi and Keyshawn. Let me make sure I can hear myself. Just refresh, refresh, refresh. I hope I'm still live. We should be live. LaQuisha Esther, if you are listening, I want to say thank you. I did get your PayPal. So if you're listening, thank you very much. I got yours. And let me also thank Miss Nisi. So guys, y'all can't hear me? I'm watching myself from my cell phone. I can hear myself. How can y'all not hear me? I can hear myself. I'm not even using, I'm using my cellular signal, not my Wi-Fi, and I can hear myself. So y'all should be able to hear me. I'm watching myself from my cell phone. I can hear myself. How can y'all not hear me? I can hear myself. Come on, guys. Please, please, please. I can hear myself. All right. Now, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So here's my thing. I'm simply asking a question. If the funeral is already paid for, which I could be wrong, so I'm telling you guys I might be wrong about that little bit of information, okay? But if the funeral is already being paid for, then why would Master P offer to pay for a funeral that's already paid for? Unless they're saying that he's the one. So like I said, I could be wrong on that. But this funeral could very well be paid for by the state or by GoFundMe, because at some point, I guess this mother would have to go to work, unless y'all are telling me that this GoFundMe should stay open long enough that she doesn't ever have to go to work ever again. I mean, $16,000, I'm not saying it's a lot of money, but what I'm saying is that it's a little bit of help, and I think that you absolutely should try to do the best that you can to try to go back to work. Life absolutely has to go on. You take a couple months off, and then you have to get back to caring for your youngest baby. But here's my question about Master P and why he would offer to pay for this funeral. I don't know if you guys got a chance to watch this interview that I did with this man by the name of Tobin Costin. Do you guys remember that interview that I did recently? If you haven't seen that interview on my channel, then you guys can actually look that video up in my No Limit interviews. There's a man that actually helped Master P kind of get on his feet, get some contracts in place, get some things in place, get some real momentum behind the No Limit movement, which ended up making Master P as big as he was and is. That man, who was the vice president, he's the ex-vice president of No Limit. He got this whole ball rolling for this man to be in a position to where he can now, I guess, take some of his surplus funds and help these people when they're in need. But if you ask me, I think it's a noble thing to help this family, but it seems like the family has enough help. They've donated $16,000, and I believe that the state is probably going to take care of the funeral expenses. It just seems like this is kind of just piling on, if you ask me. Especially when the man who helped get him to this point, in my opinion, based on what I've heard and based on the interviews that were done, Master P left Tobin Costin high and dry on about $400,000. That to this day, he still owes that man money. And I think it really sucks, the fact that you have these No Limit Chronicles out right now that's, doing all of these big, huge numbers, getting all of this, all of this publicity and all this notoriety. When the man who helped you, the man who was in your freaking corner, that did so much to get you to this point, you're going to publicly go say, you know what, I'm going to donate to here, I'm going to donate to there, I'm going to donate to there. But you couldn't get this dude back a dime of the money to help get you to this place. Did I say anything that was wrong? Did I say anything that was inaccurate? Maybe you guys just don't like me, but I think that's keeping it pretty real. I just don't like that. If you owe a bill, pay your bills. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, without any further ado, let me show you guys the news videos, because I'm sure I done pissed a few of you people off. Let me give you the fair usage, and let me let you guys hear what was in the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Again, guys, don't forget to click that thumbs up. Here we go. Let's get it.
Describe 3-year-old Trinity Randolph.
Beautiful, talented, joyous.
Very articulate, very outgoing.
She was the light that shined brightest to her family. Now her smile will only be a memory.
I got the call that my grandchild wasn't there no more. And it's just sad and senseless.
On Friday, LMPD was called out to a shooting on Calvert Avenue. Investigators say once they went inside the home, the 3-year-old's father was found dead. The little girl was rushed to the hospital, later dying from her injuries.
I just don't know what else to do. It has to stop. It has to stop.
Detectives spent hours knocking on doors, speaking with neighbors, trying to piece together who would do this and why. Now, after this being the 96th and 97th homicide in Louisville so far this year, one community activist says enough is enough. It's time to put an end to gun violence.
At one time, the community was playing more of an active participation with the police. It was more of a partnership.
Lyons says because of the growing frustration from the community with LMPD over the Breonna Taylor investigation and ongoing protests, people aren't as willing to speak up.
The community is not being as proactive as we used to be. And so it seemed like it's almost like a free-for-all.
And in this case, Trinity Randolph's family says it only takes one person to help get justice for the father and the daughter who everyone loved.
Children don't have anything to do with it. They're innocent people, and they should never be in whatever adult has going on in between that.
Shaquille Lord, WLKY News.
There have been...
I 100% agree with him. 100% agree with him. Now, here's the next video. Let's keep going. While you guys are watching, don't forget to click that thumbs up. Our goal is 300 thumbs up. It's very easy to do. Don't forget, I still got a very, very special video coming up here and a few more videos, okay? So let's keep going.
The family of a little girl killed in a homicide on Friday.
Giovanna asked, was the mom dating a thug? Well, I have a video that I think is going to prove my belief that yes, I think he was a thug in my opinion, and I think that it was a targeted hit on the dad. But like I said, I'm going to prove that to you guys by way of a video. Okay? Let's keep going.
Is remembering her life tonight. The family of 3-year-old Trinity Randolph says she was a perfect angel and was super smart. Her aunt Tanisha Porter says she had a special light about her and was overall a beautiful person. You'll remember police say on Friday afternoon Randolph and her 21-year-old father Brandon Waddles were shot in the Jacobs neighborhood. When officers arrived, they found Waddles dead at the scene. Randolph was taken to an area hospital, but she later died.
Somebody in the chat said Masterpiece Foundation is called Team Hope. They need to call it Masterpiece Foundation Team Pay Tobin Costin back the $400,000 that you owe him. How about that foundation?
It just breaks my heart to see my daughter cry, can't sleep, cry and cry all night screaming for her daughter. And she has no business to feel that way.
LMPD has not confirmed if there are any suspects and are still investigating. As we told you last night on the Night Team, rapper and businessman Master P said he plans on paying for Trinity's funeral. Today he released a statement saying in part, "I will always do my part in Louisville and across the country to keep sounding the alarm bell on this problem." He went on to say the question becomes how loud will we be for Trinity and other kids who are unfortunately in harm's way of constant gun violence.
And a 3-year-old girl and her father were shot and killed in a South Louisville neighborhood. Good evening. I'm Vicki Dorch.
I'm Jennifer Bayless. LMPD says the shooting happened just after 1 o'clock this afternoon on Collard Avenue, which is not far from Wyandotte Park. Family members tell us 3-year-old Trinity Randolph and her dad were the victims of this deadly shooting.
You're looking at a picture of 3-year-old Trinity. Her family describes her as the light that always brightens up the room and just celebrated her birthday. Investigators have been here on the scene for hours, talking with neighbors and family, trying to piece together who would shoot and kill this 3-year-old and her father.
No, I don't. I don't know much about the dad. I'm the grandmother of the mom, and so I don't know. I have no idea. But I just know that my great-grandbaby is gone.
The man and little girl shot and killed in the Jacobs neighborhood yesterday have been identified. Good evening and thanks for joining us at 6:30. I'm Paulina Butska. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office says 21-year-old Brandon Waddles and 3-year-old Trinity Randolph died of gunshot wounds. The Coroner's Office also says that Waddles was the 3-year-old's father. You'll remember Metro Safe received reports of a man and juvenile shot on Callard Avenue just after 1 p.m. yesterday. Waddles was found dead at the scene, while the 3-year-old was rushed to the hospital where she later died. LMPD has not confirmed if there are any suspects in this double homicide, and they are still investigating. Chris 2X with Game Changers.
That part is slightly inaccurate now because they actually do have a suspect in custody and arrested, and his name is, he is 28-year-old Evan Ross. Just to let you guys know. But again, keep clicking that thumbs up. You guys are doing a great job. We're at 253, so that means we need 47 more people to click that thumbs up.
Tells WHAS that rapper and businessman Master P spoke to Randolph's mother.
Chanel said, show that particular video. I'm going to show it here in just a moment. I have to play give me 2 or 3 more videos, and then I'll show that video that I believe is the reason that caused this dad to get shot. So I'll show you here in that just a moment.
And said that he plans on paying for her funeral.
Pop, 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 pow. You know, I thought it was man shooting firecrackers.
Tragedy strikes South Louisville today. An adult and a child killed by gunfire. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 5 o'clock. I'm Paulina Butska. Doug Proffitt has the night off tonight. It happened on Callard Avenue near Wyandotte Park in the Jacobs neighborhood. And that's where we find Jesse Cohen live with more information. Jesse, what can you tell us?
Moments ago, we actually just spoke to the great-grandmother of Trinity Randolph. That is who she tells us is the 3-year-old who was shot and killed earlier today here in the Jacob neighborhood. These photos were given to us by family, and they show this young 3-year-old full of life. And the family tells us it's so hard to imagine the reality of what they are living with. And they actually were just on their way to the hospital right before we spoke to them. Now, they do tell me that they have no idea of how the shooting transpired, and they are begging police to provide answers because they are not sure what transpired or how this adult and that child lost their life. Now, this great-grandmother does tell us that the adult is a male, but that has not been confirmed by police. They also tell us that he is the father of this young 3-year-old. Now, we found out about the shooting just before 2 o'clock this afternoon, where police found the adult dead in this near this scene, and they went inside and found the child they find the child who was shot, and they brought that child to Norton Children's Hospital where she later died. Now, we've been working the scene out here, talking to neighbors, trying to find out what they heard and how this all transpired. Right now, LMPD does not say that they have any suspects or know what happened, but we will continue to push and try to find out those answers.
But again, that suspect is Evan Ross. So like I say, these videos are slightly old, but it's just because, you know, they reported it first, but more information is still coming out, okay? Let me give a shout out Miss June Bennett, who is one of our riders, man, and I thank you so much. She's always posting those links in the description box. Let me give a shout out as the people donate. That is Robbie Sharp in the chat, who said, to support the cause, I love our babies and how you speak for them. So Robbie, if you're in the chat, I want to say thank you very much for your $20 challenge. Thank you very much, as well as LaQuisha Esther, as well as my sister Keyshawn and Miss Nisi. I think that's everybody so far, if I'm not mistaken. And also, we have one more that came in Cash App. That is Alice. So, Alice, if you're listening, I got yours. Thank you for taking on the $10 challenge in Cash App. So, Alice, if you are listening, I did get yours, and I want to say thank you very much. And also to Chase. Chase said, thanks for your hard work, and sent in a nice Cash App. So Chase, if you're listening, I got yours. Thank you very much. Now let's keep going, guys. We got a couple more videos.
Two people shot and killed in the Jacobs neighborhood early this afternoon. A man in his 20s and a 3-year-old girl. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the night.
I see you in the chat. There's Chase Ryder. Thank you, Chase. I appreciate that.
Team, I'm Paulina Bootska. Doug Proffitt is off tonight. Jesse Cohen speaks to the family about this tragedy.
I want answers. I want to know. I just know my baby's dead.
Cheryl Howlett can't fathom the thought that her 3-year-old great-granddaughter, Trinity Randolph, was shot and killed.
Just a beautiful child.
She found out when her son called from the hospital. Police took her to Norton Children's Hospital after finding her shot on Callard Avenue.
He called me with tears and crying and sobbing, telling me that his grandbaby has got killed.
Trinity wasn't the only one whose life was taken in this shooting. LMPD tells us a man in his 20s was found dead when they got to the Jacob neighborhood. Cheryl tells us it was her great-grandbaby's father.
All we heard was it was a drive-by, the house was shot up.
Still begging for answers from LMPD, the only information available is from neighbors like Tony Hickman.
I thought somebody shooting firecrackers like pop, 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 pop.
But he didn't see where the shots came from.
And I heard about 6 shots.
Shots this family now knows took the life of their toddler.
When the child is involved, it just changes the whole game. It almost makes you numb that it even happened.
LMPD hasn't told us if there are any suspects or if anyone has been arrested. But during a time where shootings are at an all-time high, we do know this family has now been added to the long list of those affected by gun violence.
Affected by thug violence, not gun violence. We're going to start calling it thug violence. How about that? Like thug passion, like Tupac used to say, we're going to call it thug violence because it's not guns. These guns are inanimate objects. The guns don't do anything until you pick the guns up and do something with them. The guns are not the problem. It's the people who are the problem. Right? Let me give a shout out real quick to Felicia. Felicia said, keep up the good work. Thank you for your $5 super chat. Thank you very much. And for the people, I don't think she's in here. But for the people who are asking about mom's fur babies, just keep her in your prayers. I'm not sure where she's at. But, when she's ready or if she gets to feeling better, then, she'll be back. She'll be back. Mom will come and bless us with her presence. But I do hope that she's doing well out there, okay? So, thug violence. When they say gun violence, you say thug violence. Gun violence, thug violence. Gun violence, thug violence. Hashtag stupid is stupid thugs. When you date thugs, you date death.
And now we know what it's like. We understand how other families feel.
For the night team.
It's so sad. It's really sad.
I'm Jesse Cohen.
And a girl who wasn't even in preschool yet has been laid to rest. 3-year-old Trinity Randolph and her father, Brandon Waddles, were killed in the Jacobs neighborhood last Friday. Sanaik Gebregadgis was at the funeral service when family and friends said their final goodbyes.
Rapper Master P paid for the funeral expenses. They had princesses standing here at the doors when people were entering the church. It was a way to honor the 3-year-old who loved the movie Frozen and loved playing dress up. Tears filled the room as people said their final goodbyes, honoring a life that was just beginning.
Because she was like a flower, a bud nipped before it could really come to flower.
While some wept, others expressed anger, calling for justice and an end to the shootings that are taking lives day by day. Police say Trinity is the youngest homicide out of the more than 100 that happened in Louisville this year.
This has been one of the most difficult years that I've experienced in my whole 59 years. I'm angry and confused about how society have waited and waited and waited for this to happen to us without us coming together, black and white, rich and poor, coming together to work together to make this world a better world.
Trinity's 3rd birthday was just in April. She will be laid to rest at the Green Meadows Memorial Cemetery. For WHS 11, I'm Sanaik Gebregadgis.
I need everybody to click that thumbs up, please. We need 23 more people to click the thumbs up. Now, I don't know if you guys are ready for this. So I'm going to say this really, really slowly. So I want to make sure that everybody can understand what I'm saying. In my humble opinion, do you guys want to see the music video that the biological father by the name, let me see if I can get his name back up here again, Brandon Waddles, aka the real Lil B, the rapper. Do y'all want to see the video that I believe is the reason that he was targeted for murder by these thugs? Would you guys like to watch that music video? I don't mind. I know they're going to take away from the monetization, but you know what? I feel like it's worth it to show you guys this video, if you guys want to see it. But you got to let me know in the chat, or do y'all want me to just skip it? Because there's other stuff that we could be talking about right now. So if y'all want to see the video, say yes, we want to see it. Jay, let's see the video. Play the damn music video. Or skip it. What do y'all want to do? Let me know what y'all want to do. Y'all could always click that thumbs up. We need 24 more people to click that thumbs up. 23 more people. Or 13. I can't count. All right, people are saying play the video, play the video, play the video. Yes, play it, play it. Okay. All right. That's a unanimous vote. Without any further ado, guys, this also falls under fair usage. I might have to mute this video on the replay, but nonetheless, here we go. I gotta turn it down for a moment. Okay. Let's do it like this. So again, as a reminder to the people watching this video, this is the biological father who made a music video called Murder. His name is The Real Lil B, all as one word. And his video is called Murder. Everybody catch that? Let me show you a picture of that cover, if I still have it. Right here. Uh-oh, I put it too high. Right here. That's the video cover. The Real Lil B, Murder. With a machine gun in his hand. All right. Now, let me show you guys that video. Let's get it.
Is that you, Lucy? Is that you? No, no, no. Not today. No, no way. No way. So it's a murder.
Jag har visst en pappa.
Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Lucy talking murder, fuck it, bitch, let's do it then. I came back to Murderville so I can spin a bin. And then my niggas don't slap and I might kill my kin. I feel like Ryan Dub Melon and I might slime my friends. Oh, I feel like R3, I've been doing lean. Everything ain't perfect time and it ain't what it seems. Fighting demons in the dark room that I can't get no sleep. Devil on my shoulders, well like blood all on my sneaks. I made a poke out honey white as nose. Remember we was down bad, now we up doing shows. Lil B done died, he a real nigga. He put that money on his head and can't go kill niggas. Murder music slinging case, Lil B all pills, nigga. He speaking on that gang and better write his wheel, nigga. He mentioned Lil B name and somehow he got killed, nigga. He spoke on Lil B name and wonder why it's a drill, nigga. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Guns to the motherfucking head, bitch. It's a motherfucking headshot, bitch. You know what, hey, I might slide on a motherfucking ops, nigga. VPC, nigga. Murder motherfucking music.
All right. What an awesome music video. Oh, they're not done. Okay, we're going to skip that part. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think about that? I thought that was an awesome music video. What do you guys think? Were you guys entertained by that music video? Murder, 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 murder. I don't know really what the damn point of the video was, but let me tell you guys this. If you guys do not pay attention to the signs in the video, there might be something that some of you guys might have missed. Okay? Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys are familiar with a rapper who is dead now by the name of XXXTentacion? Does anybody want to raise their hand and tell me if you remember a rapper by the name of XXXTentacion? Anybody? There's a reason I'm bringing this up. So if you guys would, do me a favor and type that in the chat if you guys remember who a rapper by the name of XXXTentacion is. Okay, some people are saying, yes, you remember. Yes, you remember. His name was, what was his biological name? His name was Joseph Onfroy. Was that it? Jase Onfroy. XXXTentacion. Right? I'm going to show you guys a little bit of something real quick if you don't mind. Let me see. Can I go backwards? Why can't I go backwards? Let me see. XXX. This thing is acting crazy on me right now. I'm going to show you guys a little something, if you don't mind. Now, the screen is going to lag just for a moment, so I apologize in advance. Here we go. So let me show you guys something on my screen. The people who were deemed responsible for XXX's murder are the people that you see on my screen right here. Matter of fact, let me cut this down a little bit. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Right here. Do you guys remember these individuals? The picture, thank you, Pam Holmes caught it. The picture in that video was one of XXXTentacion's killers. Maybe some of you guys did not catch that. All of the men who was responsible for XXXTentacion's murder were at least arrested. They're going to be charged for murder. But mainly the person that you see on the right-hand screen, the far right-hand side of my screen right now, that's the man that was in the burning picture. Maybe some of you guys did not see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off my screen, going to close this out, and I'm going to show you guys that music video again. If you could even call it a music video. But let's take a closer look at this music video. And let me show you guys what you might have missed. If I could get this thing to stop freaking doing this. All right, here we go. Let's look again. Let me speed it up just a little bit. The video was called Murder. Say you didn't catch it. It's okay, because I caught it the first moment I saw it.
Lucy, is that you, Lucy?
Now, it went really quick. Right here. Who is that on the left-hand side of the screen right there? This is 30 seconds into the video. Let me get my trusty whiteboard out so you guys can see this. Let me go... Let's go yellow because this video got a lot of red in it. So, right here. Can y'all see that? That guy right there, do y'all see the picture? And do you see his face? He seems to be upset at this person. And one would have to ask, why is he upset with him? And what did this person do that got this person in jail right now? Huh? Are you guys following where I'm coming from so far? That's supposedly one of the dudes who was the shooter. That is Dietrich Williams. Dietrich Williams was one of the people, along with Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsom, and Robert Allen, who have been charged with first-degree murder and armed robbery with a firearm of Jose Onfroy, a.k.a. XXX Tentacion, and he's showing a picture of that guy. You with me so far? All right. Let's keep going.
Lucy, is that you?
Let me back it up a little bit.
Is that you, Lucy?
There he is again.
Is that you?
And do you see? He's putting up a sign right there with that dude's face in the picture. Yes. Let's keep going. So we got people donating. Let me say thank you real quick to Mashika. Thank you also to Pamela Trickett. Said, loving the family. Cheers. Further. Oh, okay. Got that part. So thank you. And also thank you, Chase Ryder. If you guys want to donate, hit those links in the description box if y'all love this breakdown. Let's keep going.
Not today. No.
Now, I don't know who those other dudes are that are on that video. Let me see.
Not today.
Right there, those other guys, I have no idea who those other people are. But I do know Dietrich Williams right there. And that's actually his mugshot from when he killed XXX Tentacion. Yes, Latrice. Yes.
Oh, no way. No way.
Uh-oh. Now, did you see that look in his face? Look again. See that look right there? And watch this. He goes towards the picture and points at him. See? Y'all saw that, right? So I want y'all to think about this. How are these two things connected? One, Dietrich Williams supposedly, at this point, allegedly killed XXX Tentacion, who was what? A rapper. This guy, the real Lil B, is a rapper. He's pointing at that same picture of the guy who's in a mugshot, and now the real Lil B and his daughter are dead. Do y'all catch my drift? Let's keep going. Do you see that? He's holding up a gun signal towards Dietrich Williams. Look at it again. See? He's raising up a gun. He's signaling a gun in his hands. Y'all catch that, right? Giovanna E. sent in a $10 super chat. Thank you for taking on the $10 challenge, sweetheart. Said thank you and thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Y'all see that, right? He hold up the gun signal and then the music starts and it says, murder, murder, murder.
Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder.
And let's not talk about how demonic this bullcrap sounds.
Murder, murder, murder. Lucy talking murder, fuck it, bitch, let's do it then. I came back to Murderville so I can spin a bin. And then my niggas don't.
See, he's pointing at him. He's not even pointing at those other people. He's specifically pointing at Dietrich Williams. You see this, right? Back it up. Look at this.
And then my niggas don't.
See that?
And then my niggas don't slap and I might kill my kin. I feel like wine dub melon and I might slime my friends. Oh, I feel like R3, I've been doing lean. Everything ain't perfect time and it ain't what it seems. Fighting demons of dirt.
And let's not talk about the tattoos on his face. I guess that doesn't matter either. I always tend to think that people that got tattoos all across their face are crazy. Anybody who has their eyeballs, eyelids, underneath their eyes, in the middle of their head, I think people are crazy with face tattoos. But I digress. It ain't all. I just think they're crazy.
That I can't get no sleep. Devil on my shoulders, well like blood all on my sneaks. I made a phone call, honey, white as snow. Remember we was down pen, now we up doing shows.
Let me back that up. I might have missed something. Look at this again. Who is that?
Blood all on my sneaks.
I don't know what those yellow eyes mean right there, those orange eyes. Who is that? Somebody counting money.
Remember we was down pen, now we up doing shows. Lil' B Dundada, he a real nigga. He put that money on his head and can't go kill niggas. Murder music, slinging case, Lil' B.
And he made another swipe at Dietrich Williams. Watch this. You might not have saw it.
On his head and can't go kill niggas.
I gotta slow it down. Right there. He did it really quick. He did a swipe at him right here. Right there. He did a swipe at his face again. Let's keep going. Said X had the same tattoos? Okay, I did not know that. I didn't know that. Y'all keep clicking that thumbs up. Get us the 400 thumbs up, please, while we do this breakdown.
Murder music, slinging case, Lil' B, our pills, nigga. He's speaking on that gang and better right as
He's pointing at another dude, and then he pointed at Dietrich again. See that? Notice how many times this picture shows up. Let's keep going.
He mentioned Lil' B name and somehow he got killed, nigga.
Now he's burning the picture. You see this, right?
On Lil' B name and wonder why it's a drill, nigga. Murder.
Y'all, okay, let's back that up. Just 1-2 frames. Maybe 3 frames.
He mentioned Lil' B name and somehow he got killed, nigga. He spoke on Lil' B name and wonder why it's a drill, nigga. Murder.
Y'all see the burning of the picture. You jumped in, what happened? This rapper that's rapping this song is dead because somebody did a drive-by on him and it caused his daughter to die. What I'm saying is the man he's burning the picture of is Dietrich Williams, who was a man who was a part of a 4-man crew that murdered and killed XXXTentacion over money. Killed a rapper, and now this rapper is dead. But you notice how this man is talking about a man who already killed somebody, allegedly. Y'all get it? Because I really don't want to have to keep repeating that. Let's keep going.
Murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder.
Burning the picture of Dietrich Williams.
Murder, murder, murder. Murder, murder, murder.
And y'all saw that? Let me back it up. Yes, this stuff is demonic. Right there, and he pointed at him again. Y'all see that?
Put 3 guns to the motherfucking head, bitch. It's a motherfucking headshot, bitch. You know what? Hey, I might slide.
I don't know what all that has to do with anything. I don't know what that is right there. That's a lot of damn guns, though.
Motherfucking ops, nigga. VPC, nigga. Murder, motherfucking music.
And he burned the picture completely up of Dietrich Williams, who supposedly killed XXXTentacion. Jay Witten said the point is, Jay Witten, if you don't understand what I just said, then I'm sorry, sir. Then, you know, maybe just rewind the video, or maybe this might not be the video breakdown for you if I have to break it down in more layman's terms than what I just did. Okay? I thought what I said was pretty damn clear. Now, let me go ahead and take that off my screen. And let me close this out. For the people, let me take these off my head. For the people who are going to be watching this on the replay, I just showed a music video, and I can't re-show that music video just for copyright purposes. But the music video depicted the biological father, the real Lil B, burning up a picture of Dietrich Williams, and Dietrich Williams was a part of a 4-man crew who shot and killed XXXTentacion for some money, who XXX was a very, very huge popular rapper out of Florida. Well, it's so funny how this dude, the real Lil B, burned up a picture of Dietrich Williams, and now this rapper and father is dead now because of a drive-by. He talked about murder, pointing at Dietrich Williams, burned up his picture, and now he's dead, along with his daughter, who was just collateral damage because she was with her dad, who was on his thug stuff, on his thug business. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. And now his daughter is dead behind him taunting gang members. Okay? Hopefully everybody understands where I'm coming from. All I'm saying is that as these men are being allowed to be in these kids' lives, which they should be, and I'm glad that the mothers are at least trying to give these men and these fathers an opportunity to be in these kids' lives. But moms, you got to start thinking way before you start having kids. Because I'm going to tell you, this dude, the real Lil B, the biological father, again, his name is Brandon Waddles, who was 21 years old. He didn't just get those tattoos on his face yesterday or a week ago or 2 or 3 months ago. He's probably been in the streets, been in gangs, been doing thug activity, been rapping about murder for a long time. So it's not like this was brand new to the mom. She chose to lay down with a thug and make these beautiful babies, and those babies are beautiful. They really are. But it puts these kids' lives in danger when you date thugs. Okay? This little girl deserved to grow up and become something great, but she can't, and she was not allowed to because of the choices that her dad made. Either he was heavily gang involved or he just poked at the wrong thugs. It's really unfortunate. It's really tragic, but clearly the person who was arrested, Evan Ross, the crazy looking dude, had something to do with this, and I think that there's a lot more going on than we actually know. But I hope that we'll get more information about this case and get justice. If not for the dad, definitely for that baby. If somebody saw something and said, and if somebody saw something, then they absolutely need to say something. But making up an excuse to say that people are tired and they're mad at the police, which is why they're not speaking about what they know about this baby, I think is utter bullcrap. And those people need to get off that BS and speak up for that baby because she deserved to grow up and become something great. So to the family and friends, I know I said a lot of stuff. Thank you. Hashtag she gambled on a thug and lost. The mom gambled on a thug and lost. And what she lost was this innocent, beautiful soul who could have became anything. She was a princess, in my opinion. This baby deserved a chance. Rest in peace, Trinity Randolph. What a beautiful baby, and she deserved to grow up and become something great. So if you heard nothing else from this video, just understand that the AFC means we advocate for children first. That's where our heart is, and that's where our attention is. Let's get justice for that baby, okay? From my heart to yours, I love you guys, and thank you for listening to this stream. Don't forget to click the thumbs up, subscribe to hear more videos, and hear my commentary on stuff just like this, okay?